What's up, guys? So today we're gonna finish up the manual swap. Skating across the sheet of ice, but today we're gonna finish up the manual swap. I may finish up the cooling system. I have the schedule for all the events, so I'm trying to rush to get everything done. But we have coilovers. I just got those in today. I got, like I said, everything I need to finish the manual swap, to finish the cooling system, and then we just have to get the car on the ground and we're good to go and we can start driving this season, which I'm hyped for. All right, so I'm under the car, and what I'm going to start by doing is throwing a little bit of RTV on the bottom of the bolts for the transmission, and then when I put the mount actually onto it, it will mark where I need to drill the holes for the bolts to come through. All right, so I got the holes marked. You can see that they're just about 2 inches, maybe an inch or so from the original mounting holes for the automatic transmission. So I'm gonna drill these out and then we can throw this on the car. All right, so we got the mount on, the one that I made. As you can see, maybe. Everything lines up well. Everything fits. I have new bolts. It looks really good, actually. It fits perfectly. There were no issues trying to get it to fit in. If anyone's wondering, I only paid like $10 to make that mount. It was a piece of flat bar I got from Home Depot. It's 2 inches thick. It's either an 1/8 or a 1/4 inch thick. Probably an 1/8 inch. 1/4 inch is kind of overkill. So all I did was cut it to shape, weld it in like you saw in my 2 videos ago, maybe? I don't remember. Yeah, it was super easy to make, so if you have a welder or access to a welder or somebody that can weld, it will save you a ton of money. Everyone around here was looking for like $75 to $200 for their mount, which I thought was insane, and there was no way I was gonna pay that money for it. It's a piece of steel, just like anything else on the car. Like, you can make it. It was like 1.5 inches away, so 2 inch thick, perfect. I know it's not gonna work with all of the mounts that you can buy, like the rubber mounts, because some of them wrap around like the factory one does, but if you're gonna buy like the GK Tech one, the polyurethane mount that GK Tech sells, it's completely flat, so you can definitely just use that, and that's only like $56, so yeah, just make it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna start doing some of the wiring. So I have an S13, so the only 2 things I need to do are the starter circuit and I need to wire up the reverse lights. So I pulled the reverse switch sensor, whatever you want to call it, from the transmission. Mine is a little bit messed up, so whoever pulled it out kind of destroyed the wires that were in there, so I'm going to solder some new ones on. And then on the, I put the relay and fuse box back where it was, just because I'm kind of in a rush to get everything started with going on driving. What we need to jump here, trying to get some halfway decent light, is, so there are these 3, this is all for the transmission, and down here there's these 3 plugs, and then underneath there's actually 1 plug. So there's this side that we don't need to worry about, and then on this side there are these 2 prongs that we just need to jump, and then this will complete the starter circuit, and we should be good to go. We can just tuck this under here and not have to worry about it. So I'll just kind of show that again and just pull this out here. Just those 2. Easy. So I'm gonna get started on doing the reverse lights, because it's probably the hardest thing I have to do, and that actually takes some soldering. So I'm gonna do that now. I'll keep you updated. So these are actually super easy to pull out. They're just little C-clips. So I'm gonna bend them away, and then we can solder the wires to it. On the light, but we have one of the wires soldered in. definitely way too much solder than it actually needs, but see if I can focus on that. It looks halfway decent. I'm not the greatest solderer, whatever you want to say. All right, so I'm outside. Evan's grinding away at his floor pans, as you can see in there. I need to weld those up for him in either today or a couple, like next weekend or something like that. So I'm gonna start wiring the reverse lights. I wasn't originally planning on it. I was gonna hold off for a little bit. So I'm gonna take, this is the harness. As you can see, it's cut up from the automatic transmission. And this is the second plug I need. There are two wires. There's a green and a yellow wire. I already soldered them to the actual reverse switch because it was broken. So I just need to cut the wires off this. I'm actually just gonna take out all of the other wires and then just use this harness by itself because I don't really need anything. So I'll probably cut them, heat shrink the ends of them, plug it in, and then I can run the wires down and we don't have to really worry about it. And it's like good solid connections. It can still be removed. It'll be cake when the transmission has to actually come out, and then I don't have to worry about all of the extra wires that I really don't need, and I can always do something with them later on. Plug it in and then I can run the wires down and we don't have to really worry about it. And it's like good solid connections. It can still be removed. It'll be cake when the transmission has to actually come out, and then I don't have to worry about all of the extra wires that I really don't need, and I can always do something with them later on. It's the second one down on the side here, so you just pop this one out. So as you can see, I have all these wires that are color coordinated. Wow. Okay, so I got the wiring done. Everything's soldered up, heat shrinked, and then I wrapped it with some electrical tape. Goes up to the reverse sensor. I just need to zip tie it to the brake lines. That way it's out of the way from anything that may try to rip the wires, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I ended up going to Home Depot, picked up all the hardware I need to finish putting everything in the car. I need to bolt up the inspection plate on the bottom. I bought some hardware to fix my seatbelts because I actually got rid of the big, annoying, stupid things that the seatbelts mount to on the doors. And I have to bolt up the starter. I lost the bolts for that. Gonna do that, and then actually the car should be ready to go aside from the intake manifold having to be back on, so.
Per se.
It is
but the firewall over there for the engine, I was watching somebody clean up his engine bay and he was saying how thin it was.
That is like a firewall though. If there's a fire in the front, it's a wall from the fire.
Why would there be a fire up here?
I don't know.
I guess there could be.
From your shitty driving.
Oh, fire in my phone.
I got all the wiring out. This is all for the transmission harness. I'll probably reuse some of it. I also did the, wherever the hell it went, I did the jumper wire here, so this looks really good. It's all plugged in, sealed up, that's good. And the other side of the wire, it's not used, so I don't need that at all. Okay, so got the inspection plate bolted up, the starter's in, like you saw. I'm gonna put in the, I think it's clevis pin in the clutch pedal because I didn't have one that came with it. So I bought a universal one from Home Depot. It's a 5/16 clevis pin, and I bought the actual pin itself. But as you can see, it's universal, so it has a bunch of holes, and you just kind of cut it to whatever length that you need it. It's super easy to use, so it's just gonna slide in the pedal and it will be good to go. All right, so we're back under here. As you can see, this needs to be threaded out quite a bit, and then I can get it to hook into here. But as you can see, maybe, this pin here slides in perfectly, and then also on this side. So once I get that hooked in, I'll just need to cut this to length and it'll be perfect. All right, so this video, I'm gonna close it out here. I ended up getting the manual saw basically done. The only things I have left to do, I need to put gear oil in. I don't have a pump with me. Yeah, just like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the videos. I'm gonna put out new videos every week, and I'm actually gonna start working on getting this car ready for the drift event in 3 weeks. So yeah, bye.